Paul, he certainly is, and I believe that he's one of the guys at 6'7", 331 pounds that flashed brilliance in his career. However, off the field issues, durability issues, and inconsistency. Here's a guy with big-time talent, and there are mixed opinions down here, but there are a bunch of scouts and coaches that think he's a starting right tackle in the NFL if he can clean his act up.
You know who I think he is, Mike, in a lot of ways? He's Phil Loadholt without the full skins on the wall.
Right.
See, Loadholt during his time at Oklahoma, there was no problem with anything else other than you knew he wasn't a left tackle.
Right.
Right. You knew he was just a big road grading right tackle. How much did you value that for your program? And Minnesota was perfect for him.
Yeah. Is that Hageman?
And there we see Rashid Hageman. He's one of the defensive linemen you guys pointed to when we started here on Monday, and what a huge week it was for him, a potential first-round pick.
You know, if he keeps creating havoc the way he has and showing disruption, showing people off the field that he's accountable, that kid's a first-round talent all day long. There's a double team. Zach Martin, who's having another solid week. Cyril Richardson from Baylor, highly inconsistent. One snap he looks good, the next snap he looks lost. And that seems to be the biggest concern with the scouts and coaches.
But that type of a snap, right in his wheelhouse.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly what he wants.
He is a gap scheme mauler, which means the zone teams won't like him.
Yep.
This is two pretty high picks right here working on offense against Trent Murphy from Stanford.
Trent Murphy is a terrific player. I don't think he'll mind not seeing Zach Martin for a while. And I hope that doesn't come off the wrong way. Trent Murphy's terrific.
Yeah, they're
but I'm
both
telling
great.
you, you turn on that tape, Zach Martin had a terrific game against Trent in the Stanford Notre Dame game.
Yeah, Trent Murphy's going to be fine, whether
Yes, he
he's a
is.
4-3 end that puts on 10 pounds, whether he's an outside linebacker. But most importantly for a defensive coordinator, it's his versatility that's going to get him drafted high.
DJ, I know you're down there close to the offensive and defensive linemen. Who's standing out to you?
I'll tell you what's interesting is just see how these guys play against angle blocks, because a lot of times you watch these guys on tape and they'll play head up on somebody. You'll see some shock in their hands, but they can't resist at lateral pressure. We saw a little bit of it right there. Donald's not a big guy. The anchoring down versus a double team, especially with those angle blocks, you want to see a guy be able to resist that pressure. It's a very difficult thing to do. In my opinion, it kind of separates those big time guys.
We see Aaron Donald, number 97. He was a first-team All-American, won the Lombardi Award, the Outland Trophy. Is he performing like a first-round pick this week?
Oh, he has. He's been outstanding, especially the one-on-one period as a pass rusher. He's an explosive player. You look at a team like Tampa that would use that 3 technique and let him just get upfield and go. They're going to love him.
And the interesting thing about him is you knew he was going to be disruptive and win most of the one-on-one stuff. I think the important tape to watch at the end of this week, for me anyway, is going to be watching him in team and seeing how he does in the run game at point of attack.
I agree with you, Mike. And how about our guy from Louisiana Tech right here? I love his nickname, Jelly. His nickname, Jelly. You're 350, you get a nickname like Jelly.
Talk about Ellis?
Ellis. That's a great nickname, man.
Really
Get that out there.
Yeah, it's a great nickname if it's the opposite, you know, if you're not jelly.
What's that, peanut butter?
No, I don't know what that is, but you want to be firm.
Offensive and defensive linemen going at it here for the North team. We're going to take a short break. There's a horn. It's like they knew what we were doing. Back inside Lad People Stadium right after this. Thanks for coming up, guys.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it. Arthur Blank, the owner of the Atlanta Falcons, and General Manager Thomas Dimitrov. And again, a nice addition for that organization. Scott Pioli, been hired as the Assistant General Manager in Atlanta. Arthur, thank you. I think we also have DJ and Charles on the field together. Guys, what drill are you watching right now?
Well, Paul, I'm down here watching this team drill right here. We got some inside run going on, and I'll tell you what, Sims has had a nice day running the football. There's Llewellyn running it right now. But the guy we were talking about earlier, Aaron Donald, the ability for him to knife through, make plays in the backfield, be a disruptor, that's what's really stood out down here in this drill.
And here we are in the one-on-ones up the other end. Charles, are you at the one-on-ones?
I'm at the one-on-ones, and what's been interesting to me is 2 guys that I think look more like slot receivers, and they're different body types. Michael Campanaro from Wake Forest.
No doubt.
And Josh Huff from Oregon. I describe Huff as more of a running back by build playing wide receiver.
Right.
And both of them have been impressive to me in the one-on-ones because they've been physical as heck. Campanaro is better put together than what you would think by looking at his listed height and weight. Stronger than you think. He's only been cleared for contact. How about this? A week and a half ago, had a broken collarbone during the season, and he's come back and won his last 2 routes by being physical. And Huff has gone up through interference on his last 2 catches to make the catch. And I know he had a couple of drops earlier this week. That's been good for Josh Huff.
The other guy that reminds me a little bit what you're talking about with Huff is Shaq Evans from UCLA. He's got a little bit of that running back build also, Charles.
I agree totally with that. Remember, he was a Notre Dame guy to start off his career coming back to UCLA. I think he had a little bit of trouble earlier this week, and today he's gotten open twice, and the ball hasn't been delivered well for him. They've actually skipped a couple of balls to him, so want to see him go through the next couple of drills and see if he can get one where he gets a shot, where he gets a chance to catch it.
Comes Nevin Lawson here from Utah State. Quick-footed corner who holds a little bit too much. He's got to clean his technique up. There goes the hold.
That's a good call, Mike.
Just like clockwork, Mike Mayo.
That was Jeff Janis, the wide receiver from Division II, Saginaw Valley State. He's a height, weight, speed guy. That means he's got great size. I believe he's going to run really fast at the combine. He's got to show people he can get in and out of breaks. And here's Campanaro, who Charles was talking about. I think part of his challenge, Charles, is the durability side also. He can return punts. I think he's going to be a good slot receiver, but he's been hurt a lot. As you mentioned, he came off the collarbone this year at Wake.
And Mike, you mentioned the durability. In the past, he's had hamstring issues. He broke a finger in a freaky play where he got caught in a face mask and it broke his finger. So he's had some of those types of injuries, but toughness, he'll go out there and play now. There's no doubt about that. He won his last route with quickness rather than being physical.
Now we're in the red zone. That's Deion Buchanan, who never found the football. Had 15 interceptions in college. When he's facing the quarterback, he's fine, but you got to get the head on the swivel, especially in the red zone. Remember, these are all red zone routes they're working on right now.
And this is Huff versus Huff.
Huff on Huff crime.
Let's see who wins it.
Huff won.
It was in doubt till the end.
Huff's having a good week, and I'm talking wide receiver Huff. He's flashed a little bit. He had a couple drops this week, but he has flashed. He's gotten open, created separation, and for the most part, caught the football.
Shaq Evans, you had a couple UCLA games this season, Charles. What'd you learn about him?
Talk about Shaq? Shaq Evans?
Yeah.
A guy who can get upfield. A guy who can get vertical on you. And there were some of his biggest plays were doing exactly that. But he has the dimensions to beat you inside by being physical.
From our set down to the field, Thomas Dimitrov, GM of the Falcons, and the owner of the Atlanta Falcons, Arthur Blank. Nice catch. Huff on Huff. We're back after this.